All right, so let's come and stand, and we're gonna do a quick little shake. We'll do standing 5 elements, and then the seated practice. So let me move you guys back.
Battery 5.
Okay, and I'm gonna take my socks off just because it helps me have a firmer connection to the earth. And we'll do like a 5-minute shake and then go into the moving practice. And put on a little bit of music. So start off in your mountain. So the feet are either together or hip width apart, toes are gripping the earth. If you're not sure what your feet are doing, it's like it's 9 o'clock at night, do you know what your feet are doing? So look down, check them out. And this is kind of a nice thing too, you can pick your toes up, spread them out, and put them down one by one. Which is always an interesting practice. And then lifting up the lower ribs, smoothing down the lower back, broadening the collarbones. Hands are in the Taiji mudra. If you can, for a moment, bring your awareness to the underside of your sternum. I like to imagine that with each heartbeat, I'm kind of etching Om Mani Padme Om. The earthly doors are closed. The heavenly gate is open. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, release the mudra. Right, feel the air on your right hand and your left. Step 1 foot to the right. Inhale, reach up. Exhale your hands into the sky. And again, reach the right hand into the sky so much that you can taste the sky. And then the left hand. Right? And if your shoulders are tight, give yourself a little space. You know, you can widen your arms. And then keep reaching up so much that maybe your heels come up off the ground or not. And then bring the arms shoulder height. There's a slight bend in the elbows. Holding the sky in your palms. Inhale. Exhale, slowly begin to bend down, keeping the upper body up to whatever degree. Inhale. Jump up. And release. Begin to shake it out. Right, you can pitter patter around. Puttering the lips. Moving your fingertips through your hair. And sometimes if you don't have hair, remember what it was like when you had hair. And if you have hair, can you imagine what it's like to not have hair? And then taking the fingertips, tapping gently on the skull, really kind of activating that heavenly gate. And then patting the forehead and occiput, sides of the head. Taking the hands, cupping the ears and pulling away. Do that like 9 times. And then 2 fingers, right, sword fingers to the sides of the nose, clearing the nostrils on the inhale. Do that 9 times. Drawing the hands down the neck. Right, and then you can kind of pick your hair up. If you've got hair, lean forward a little bit and grab the back of the neck. Give yourself a squeeze. It's like picking up a cat, yeah? And then you can pull one earlobe, other earlobe, helping to drain the eustachian tube. And then we'll cup the palms, clear the chest. Perhaps noticing if one lung is different than another. Press. Side joint, right back here. The front of one leg. Other leg, the backs of the leg. Really let your head go also if you're leaning forward. Let the weight of your head lengthen your neck. Do the top of one arm. And the inside. I mostly just like to amuse myself. The inside of the other arm. Right? We're mapping our bodies with our hands. And I love the idea of beginning to read the air currents with our hands, having eyes in our hands and soles of our feet, just like Tara. We'll do the shoulders, super tight. Right, connecting to that vibration that's moving up through our bodies, right, as we kind of move around, but also the current of energy. And one hip, other hip. And then go the other way. Can you migrate your awareness into that hip joint? And then let's do kidneys and we'll open our hearts a little bit more and then we'll go right into practice. So take your hands together, rub them together, right? The heat, fire of the heart moving into the palms. Inhale. Bring your hands to your kidneys, lift your chest. Exhale into your palms. And again. Inhale. Hands to your kidneys, lifting. Exhale. Right, and again, noticing perhaps if one kidney is different than the other. I have a different kind of energetic feel. So take the next moment, do 1 minute of freestyle, move your bodies around. Jump up and down or not, right? Whatever your body is calling you to do. Listen to it, hear it, talk to it. And then just begin to bring it, slow it down, okay? And find your way back to your mountain. Draw the arms around. Say hello to the heavy bag. Fingertips face each other, palms face the earth. Hands come back into the Tai Chi Mudra. And, just kind of notice what you're feeling, what you're picking up that's emanating from your own body. And we'll end with the sound. And just pause to notice. Also, I encourage you, if you're kind of clenching your glutes, relax them, release them. Your spine will actually lengthen more. Right? And consider that. It's like whatever kind of grasping we have in our bodies, how does that affect our minds? Right? So we'll move right into the 5 elements. And Kim, you've done this practice with us and also with me before, yeah? Okay. Inhale. Release the mudra. Step the left foot out at a 45-degree angle. Exhale. Inhale, rising up into fire. Maybe I'll show it sideways for right now. Right, and so pause here and really envision flames rising out of your fingertips, your heart lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Flow like water. Step back into your mountain. Inhale. Exhale, release the mudra. Step the right foot out at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, rising up, fire. Exhale, hold it. Inhale. Exhale. Flowing, and really get that fluidity in the wrists. Stepping back, mountain. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do the side movements and then earth. So release the mudra. Step the right foot out. The back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Hands come into bear. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to turn to the right. That's it. This is metal element. Inhale. Exhale. Hold it. Try to connect the energy between your palms. Inhale. Exhale, back to bear. Inhale. Exhale, step back. Mountain. Inhale. Exhale, release the mudra. Step the right foot out at a 45-degree angle. Step the left foot forward. Okay, try to square those hips. That's the hard part. Again, this is like a very high warrior one, right? Knee is always over the ankle. Bring the hands into bear. Inhale. Exhale, turning to the left. This is wood element for the spleen. I mean, not for the spleen, sorry, for the liver. Inhale. Exhale and hold it. And then inhale. Back to center. Exhale, step back, mountain. Okay, and then from here, release the mudra. Palms are turned up, fingertips face each other. Bring the hands all the way up to the chest, right? This is earth element. You're drawing earth into you. Roll those shoulders back. Intertwine the fingers. Thumb tips come together. Inhale. Exhale, press up. Press, 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 press. Inhale. Exhale. Pull apart and then press out. Inhale. Exhale, press down. Hands come back to the Taiji Mudra. So we're going to do it one more time. And then I want to kind of pause and watch you guys, okay? And just make sure the alignment is right. But I'm gonna call the whole thing through, and then we'll kind of break it down a little bit before we do the seated practice, yeah? And the thing is, like, if you can, notice how you're moving molecules of air in space with every movement. So come back to your mountain. Toes are gripping the earth. Inhale. Exhale, release the mudra. Turn the left foot out at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, rise up, fire. That's it. It's a little bit of a back bend. Exhale, flames pouring from your fingertips. Hold it. Inhale. Exhale, and then flow. Water. Right? And remember, our kidneys are back here. So we're like really moving into the kidneys when we do that. And then come back, mountain. Inhale. Exhale, release the mudra. Turn the right foot out at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, rise up, fire. Right? And I always like to imagine when I'm doing this that I truly can embody being a phoenix. Inhale. Exhale, flow. Like water. Step back, mountain. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Step the left foot out at a 45-degree angle. Step the right foot forward. Come into your bear. Inhale. Exhale. For just one moment, inhale, press the palms out. Exhale, press just in, right? This is your huge bare chest. And then inhale, twist to the right. Inhale, exhale, Inhale, back to center.
Oh,
Exhale, step back to mountain. Inhale. Exhale, release. Step the right foot out at a 45-degree angle. Step the left foot forward. That's it. Nice, Heather. So drop the elbows down just a little bit. And the hands are here. Yeah, that's it. Inhale. Exhale. Twist to the left. Okay, wood element for our livers. Inhale. Exhale, come back to center. That's it. Inhale. Exhale, step back, mountain. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale, turn the palms to face up. Draw earth element into you, feeding your organs. Intertwine the fingers. Roll those shoulders back. Press up. Inhale. Exhale, release. Again, bringing your awareness how you are moving molecules of the air. And then press out, press, 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 press. Press so much you can get space between your sternum and your ribs, your spine and your ribs. And then extend the fingers, reach through the walls, and press down. Come back, mountain. Okay. So that is that basic 5 elements practice. Yeah. Do you guys, let me pause the music for a second. I want to kind of go over the bear arms with you. Yeah. Because this bear also moves into so many other forms. So when I'm in horse stance and I have my bear arms, sometimes the words that come out of my mouth, I'm like, did I really just say that? My bear arms, right? So there's a practice in which we hold this position for like 20 minutes. Okay. And maybe one day we'll do that. It's called mind fist, each one, right? But if I'm doing this with my elbows held out, right? My shoulder blades are not supported by my ribs, right? So I want to have my shoulder blades firmly on my ribs so that I can be here for a while. And then the negative space in between my fingers is like my sternum. So this is literally my bare chest. And it's pretty funny to kind of like walk around like you're a big bear. And I think we'll do that when we start up again in March, right? Because it's perfect for spring. Imagine having this big chest. And you're just kind of walking around. Right? So we embody the characteristics sometimes of different animals, right? Like when we're doing water, it's monkey back, you know? Because you're pushing. And remember that whole sequence is a martial arts defensive maneuver. Somebody is trying to attack you, you open their grasp on you, and then you push them away. That's it. Yeah, Mary, like if I were to like come up and try to grab you, you would come under my hands and then open and then push. It's amazing how effective it is. And then if you're me, you'd like grab them by the back of the head and like knee them in the head or something like that. But we won't talk about that. Do you guys have any questions about any more of like the kind of structural elements of the forms? No?
Just a question with the bare arms when you from wood where your hips are all aligned and you just turn. You keep everything stationary. It's just your upper torso that turns.
Yeah.
Is that
and-
correct?
Yeah, so when I'm doing, here, I'll show it from this side. Right, so again, this is very much like a warrior one, a short warrior one, knees over the ankles, here's my bear. And then I'm turning and I kind of open my palms a little bit. Okay, and the idea is that my arms are like a bow. Like here, let me show you something. This is my bow. I practice in my backyard. But see? So this becomes like your arms are like the shape of a bow. And there's energy because, we're harnessing and releasing energy with each of these moves. And the idea too is like, we're kind of, this is the third or fourth time that we've done this series. So we're moving through it somewhat quickly because I want to get to the seated practice too, to go over that for everybody. But consider if you're holding this, and then you really start to connect to the energy that's moving through all of the channels, right? Like I'm completely opening and compressing certain parts of my body and my organs, right? In the same way that heart, Also, this can be too much for some people. For anybody that's working with a lot of anxiety, I just keep the motion small, not huge, Any other questions? No? Maybe we'll do like a 2-hour workshop someday and we can really break it down for people. So let's come and sit. And we'll run through the practice, the Tugu Nashan practice. And last time we did this, Mary, when you did it with me, we utilized also the sound. Remember? How was that for you? You liked it?
Yes, I did. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, I'm just sharing. I didn't. I'm just sharing what I learned. But it's interesting that as I mentioned, when I first learned it, we didn't use sound because my teacher thought that it would be too many things happening at once, But I find that people do like the sound. I think maybe also people that are used to utilizing mantra, Yeah. All right. So let's do. I am going to share in the chat the Tugu Nashen so we can just take a look at it real quick. I got really sweaty from that too. Tugu. Searching documents. We need to search desktop. Did you say something, Heather? Where is it?
No, I think that Mary may have shared this with me. I have it.
You have it. Okay.
You want me
Here
to-
it is.
Yeah, and I just texted you also, Heather.
There it is again.
Okay.
In the all right. Yeah, so you guys should have it because I just shared it.
Great.
Okay. And you've seen that before, right, Kim? Do you want me to put it on the screen or no? I'm sorry, sweetheart. I couldn't hear you.
That's okay. I forgot I was muted. No, I have that one. I just had to open it, open up a different screen, so I had to find my way back to you guys. But I'm here now.
Okay. I'm going to pull it up on my phone. And then we'll do it. And like with anything, Just be curious, you know. So we're going to start off in our seated mountain. And just like, you know, with any other standing practice, just align your body, right? Align the architecture of your body. The earthly doors are closed, collarbones are broad, spine is lifting into the sky. Heavenly gate is open. And for me, what I often do is I just kind of like drop my awareness into my heartbeat. It's like dropping a stone into the water. And because that is my, literally like my touchstone. Okay, and the first one that we're going to do is palms up. It's an open mudra. And it's done once in the beginning, once in the end. And the sound is she. Okay. All right. So inhale. Bring the arms up and around. And then she. It's really interesting what happens. And then the next one is going to be kidneys, right? Because actually it's not kidneys, we're moving into spring. And that should be on the chart, I think February 9th. So when we're moving into spring, then we start with liver. Okay. The sound is shu. And liver, it's always interesting, right? Because like, don't just take my word for it, right? Notice, like press the thumb against the ring finger nail and see what you notice. Okay. So the element is wood, the organ is the liver, and the color is green. So you want to think about infusing your liver with this beautiful spring green. Okay. So thumb over ring finger. Crown of the skull is open. Earthly doors are closed. Inhale, come up. Shoo. And you release by flicking into the earth. That's really interesting. I just got a really funny metallic taste in my mouth. Kind of makes sense. So we do that 2 more times, okay? Thumb over ring finger. Inhale, come up. And back to center. And as we're coming back to center, again, notice how you are collecting and compressing and harnessing chi right there in your hands. You may notice some heat, yeah? We'll do that again, thumb over ring finger. Inhale, come up. Shoo. And then back to center. And then the next element and finger, right? So you're going in order of the fingers, is kidneys. The sound is shui. The element is, you imagine it's water, but you imagine drawing in all of the magic of the northern lights into your kidneys. So thumb over pinky. And again, you may notice that right away, or not so much. Or maybe one is stronger than the other, yeah? So inhale, come up. Shui. And back to center. Two more times. Thumb over pinky. Inhale. Shui. One more. Thumb over pinky. Inhale, coming up. Right, and imagine just drawing in all of the beauty. Shui. To nourish and replenish you. And then coming back to center. And the next fingers are thumbs. Okay, so this is earth. This is spleen. So now it's forefinger over thumb. Okay, the color is yellow, and you can imagine drawing in like the beautiful ochre of the earth, right? Really connecting to that. And I always forget the sound for this one. It's so funny. Who, okay? So sitting well, forefinger over thumb. Inhale, coming up. Ooh. And again, just noticing what you notice. Coming back to center. Forefinger over thumb. Inhale, coming up. And one more. Inhale. And then back to center. And then the next element and organ is metal, and that is our lungs and large intestines. And thumb is now over pointer finger. Okay. And this is also associated with grief, the lungs are. And for whatever reason, I'm sure there's a very good reason. Whenever I do this, I'm like suddenly transported to like Mongolia. And like just I imagine drawing in that sky into my lungs. Notice what comes up for you. And even if nothing comes up, that's still something, yeah? So, and the sound is so thumb over pointer finger, sitting well. And, you know, just kind of notice, like for me, it's like I press release and immediately I feel it right here, you know? So thumb over pointer. Earthly doors are closed, heavenly gate is open. Inhale. So right, you can imagine this white light coming down and filling your lungs all the way down to the bottom of your lungs. And also bringing your awareness to like the three-dimensionality of your lungs. So before we actually do it again twice, like see if you can bring your awareness to your back body. And as you inhale, notice how your lungs are pressing out in your back body. And then do it again and inhale. Notice how they're pressing out on the sides. You know, like if I asked you to find the bottom on the inside of your right lung, could you do that? This is how we communicate with ourselves. You know, and also like lung consciousness is very different than heart consciousness, than bone consciousness, right? So connect to your lungs. Thumb over pointer finger. And as we do this, we're cleansing our lungs from any toxins, but perhaps also any grief that we're holding. Inhale, coming up. So and back to center, one more. Thumb over pointer finger. Inhale. Come back to center. And the next finger, the next element is heart. So thumb over middle finger. The element is fire. And the color is red. And you can imagine like this ruby red flowing into your heart and nourishing it. Yeah. And the sound is he. So inhale. Hey. Back to center. Thumb over middle finger. Inhale. And one more. Back to center. Thumb over middle finger. Inhale. come back to center. And we finish with the she sound. Palms are up. Inhale. She. And then we draw the arms around to finish the practice. Fingertips face each other, but don't touch. Palms face the earth, and smoothing down again the meridians of the subtle body. And it may feel like playing a harp to you or guitar strings, whatever arises. And hands come back to the Taiji mudra. Yeah. And just pause to notice, look within. And then we release the mudra, the palms face up to feel the energy of the heavens falling upon them. And then facing down to feel the energy of the earth rising up to meet them. And then the palms come to the human. You know, and really here, like notice there's a very clear difference between muscle and bone. Right? So as we're kind of, you know, moving our hands over our body, we're mapping and we're becoming consciously aware of our bodies, these beautiful things. So do you guys have any questions? I mean, for me, it's always fascinating what comes up. I have memories of a family in Mongolia that always come up. It's crazy. No questions? How was it? Good, Mary Diggs. You know, like I mentioned, and I'm hoping that people actually do watch the recordings, because when I was sick with COVID, and I was doing practice every day, but I could literally do only seated practice. I wasn't doing a lot of standing practice. Doing the laundry was like my standing practice. And I remember clearly clearing the liver, and my liver ached. And I told Mary this last time, but I was like, oh my God, I found you. Because I felt the virus moving through my body, trying to get a foothold, you know. And literally when it was in my liver, and I cleared it out, you know. I was doing a friend of mine, he's a fellow fighter, and he hurt his hand in his last fight. And I was doing some just like Qigong practice over his hand. And all of a sudden I could just feel it go blink, you know, like it just released. And then suddenly the swelling was almost gone, you know. So these are healing practices, literally considered preventative health. And I'd love to get more and more into that with you guys. Yeah. So we have no more time. It's 4:00. I do recommend that you just kind of like, if you can, lay your body down for 5 minutes. Notice. Yeah. And then when we start again, we'll get more into like how the body itself can become the refuge. And then when we couple that with the path of the Bodhisattva and how the body itself is like a prayer wheel as we move through the earth, you know, and we're kind of spinning in all directions, can we send that outward? Yeah. So we're starting again March 3rd. That's like 2 weeks, right? Yeah. Cool. You know what might be nice is because I know we had people joining from other countries and different time zones, and some people had been practicing for a long time. Some people were very familiar, in fact, with like microcosmic orbit. So it would be helpful for me, because this is a kind of a new Sangha, you know, if I knew what people wanted and needed for their own practice, you know, maybe I'll draft like some questions or something, you know. Yeah. Okay. I'm getting better at reading lips. Right? We all have to.
No, that
Uh,
sounds